Well, the match between RCB and DC did not start off the way we wanted, but it looks like RCB is very, very close to winning, and I love that. Well, and for the other match between Punjab Kings and
it's LSG, Lucknow Super Giants.
Big news is coming in as Shikhar Dhawan is out of the squad.
Shoulder niggle, apparently.
Yep, he's got a shoulder problem, so he is out. And I think this match, RCB versus Delhi Capitals, is as good as over. Familiar story for Delhi Capitals. A fifth loss in a row.
Yes, fifth loss, and
they've done worse.
But at Chennaswamy Stadium, you would expect them to chase down this target. But I think those first few, I think
they lost 3 inside the
2
first
runs
2
in
overs.
3 overs.
Yeah, so first 3 wickets they lost for just 2 runs. Anyways, that's one thing. But now I think RCB were 8th in that points table, and now they will move to somewhere
5th or 6th, somewhere in that.
in the top half.
And one more streak has ended. Home team losing. For 5 consecutive days we had seen that happen, but RCB turned it around in their own fortress, you may say, of Chinnaswamy Stadium. And 5-star Delhi, but in a negative way, 5 consecutive losses.
-5 stars.
-5 stars, because if you want to look at worst starts to an IPL season, you have to go back to
Last year,
Mumbai
8 Mumbai Indians, 6 that RCB had lost in 2019.
Delhi also lost 6, by the way.
Yep.
That goes back to 2013. If
When
I'm
they were
not-
still the Delhi dead.
and back then you still had David Warner in that squad, if I'm not wrong.
And 5 out of 5 when Mumbai lost in 2014. They had lost all their matches in the UAE leg, came back to India, started winning.
In fact, 2014, even KKR, I think, lost their first 4 matches.
Yeah.
Then came back, or you lost 4 matches on the trot, then came back. You had to stage a miraculous sort of for this thing, make it to the playoffs. So it's nothing new really. But
CSK lost 4 out of 5 games in 2012. I think, or they lost 3 out of 5. That's how it is. So, yep, not good news for Delhi Capitals fans. Commiserations for the loss, unfortunately. They tried, but once you are 2 runs for 3 wickets in 3 overs, even your ardent Delhi Capitals fans will give up hope.
And I think the problem was they just lost too many wickets in clusters, because I mean, if you're looking at it, if you've lost half your side with less than 9 overs played, and that's a problem. It's a real problem.
Real big problem. And
With the way that RCB was batting, you think it couldn't get worse, but then DC came on to bat and it got worse.
Somehow.
a whole lot worse. And I think that's what we were wondering, whether the ploy to bowl first. We were wondering whether
It
the pitch will,
had nothing to do with that.
Exactly.
Nothing to do with the toss.
yeah.
Nothing to do with the conditions. Just poor batting for the 5th time, I would say, because you can't take anything away from the bowlers on a deck like this. I think they did a pretty good job, especially after conceding runs quickly. It's just down to poor batting for 5 straight games. You've not gotten a start for again 5 straight games. Forget a 50-run partnership to open with. You're not even getting 5 runs for the 3rd successive game now. So that's just problems. It's just mounting. Every time you think there can't be a new low, there is one. So 5 losses. There is a low that you've seen all the way back in 2013 as a franchise. You've lost 6. You don't want to better that or equal that. Hopefully you'll look for something different to happen, but it looks very bleak. The future looks very bleak. Nothing's clicking. Nothing.
But also for RCB, I don't reckon this is going to be a satisfying win.
I understand. I think you're coming from the way they batted today,
Right.
Especially on this track. But I think they'll take it. As far as victory is concerned, 2 important points they've just registered. They are, they won a home game. I think this is more important. Winning those home games, because majority of the teams they would want to win most of their home games, because that's how is the makeup of their teams. But now this is their 3rd win
Yes.
RCB is
Second.
They won the first, lost 2, and now they've won again.
Yep.
How is it possible? So this is their second win. Oh,
Yes.
See,
they
They won
lost
against
two.
MI, then they lost the next 2.
Kolkata, and then they lost to LSG. Now they are winning
this
the
should
second.
also boost their net run rate.
Not
a bit.
much.
but-
Because they'll finish if they'll finish the 20 overs, right?
Yeah.
How the number of balls faced is key. So if you face the full number of balls, then there won't really be that much of a
But,
boost.
the numbers,
Wickets.
the wickets and your
wickets
run-
Because doesn't count.
runs-
That makes a difference when you're talking about the duck with Lewis turn method, but not in net run rate.
I've forgotten the formula. Runs also do matter
Yes,
when,
they do,
when,
they
you,
do,
when you
yeah.
calculate the
runs
run rate.
do, but not this thing. Wickets do.
Yeah, but again, see, 32 runs, if they even get it to below 30, it's not a massive victory. They would have needed a.
But in T20, a 30 run, a 25 runs, run
No,
loss
I get your
quite
point.
a lot.
I get your point. But in the net run rate, the numbers it won't reflect as
He's
much.
right in that the victory margin does make a difference.
So
What I'm asking is, will they actually go? Right now they're 8th on the points table. No,
Yeah.
so will they go
So just show the points
to
table.
the 7th spot? I
Go-
think
show
they-
the points table.
there will be an increment for sure.
See, they can, yeah, they'll at most go higher than the Sunrisers.
they will. They
Yeah.
will go.
Or actually, no, maybe not the Punjab Kings because I think they need a significant boost for that.
No, but then if you see the net, yeah.
no,
They're both
they
in
can only at best go above the Sunrisers.
Yeah.
So,
So-
from 8th, they'll go to 7th.
Yeah. So basically, this is the formula. Net run rate is total runs scored
Code divided
by
balls
total overs faced minus total runs conceded
Conceded,
divided by total overs bowled.
So this
Yeah.
won't be too much of a massive this thing then.
But see, it does because your numerator then on the other side of the minus sign. See that
And
sort
I
of
think if they are bowled out,
No.
it will. But again, had they managed to get the job done inside, let's say 18 overs or 17 overs, that would have given us much more boost to their net run rate.
True.
There'll still be, of course, they'll take it with both hands.
No, I think right now it's too early because they've only gotten one win. Net run rate comes into play when you've gotten more wins than that. First things first, they need to get to 4 points because there's a lot of teams right now that are on 4 points. KKR, CSK, Punjab, SRH. RCB's first aim is get to 4 points. NRR can be corrected through the course of the tournament. It's only there's still 10 group games to go. So I think they're okay in that regard. A win is a win is a win
Yeah.
for now.
Indeed.
I think
So
they've reached a stage where wins may not matter to them anymore because just that teams playing against them will be a bit cautious that they can. They would hope that Delhi Capitals don't spoil their party. So that's. I think they've about to reach that stage. 5 losses in a row, maybe a couple of games more. Thereafter, all their chances are over. I think more or less chances of them.
You
making
need
it to the-
16
yeah.
points.
Yep. So
You'll
they
have to win the next out of the 9. You'll have to win 8.
Yeah, that's not
Not happening. Yeah.
you need at least 16 points to at least assure yourself of a playoff spot.
Yeah, you
16
can
seems
make
to
it with
be,
14, but that's also where you're reliant on other people's results. 16 is a sure shot, but that doesn't seem to be happening.
Yeah, so the last ball was a wide with Harshal Patel bowling, and
Oh, very nearly got him bowled, and that's it. That's the match.
Yup, 23. They lose by 23 runs, the Delhi Capitals, and that is why now it's a good win for them.
Yeah.
Very important win, considering they were on the back of 2 consecutive losses. Having lost by 1 on the last ball at their home would
Against
not have done
LSG,
their
yeah.
confidence any good. So now, yes, 5th
And
consecutive.
that one, by the way, would have been a much harder loss for them to take because had it not been for Pooran and Stoinis, the game was very much theirs.
Yeah.
Yes, and had it not been for Harshal's missed run out, you could have gone into the super over. The match outcome would have been something different. So that is why congratulations to Royal Challengers Bangalore. We regret changing our predictions in
I certainly do.
in the middle. Of course, not.
You didn't change.
How could you change? How could? So, yes, we all had changed our mid innings predictions, me and Shane, and we paid the price. And RCB, thank you very much. and they now have 4 points from 4 matches.
Actually, I'll say DC, thank you very much. We backed you.
Thank
Gave
you.
you the support.
Thank you.
And what did you do with it? Nothing.
Exactly. So question marks will now be raised on Delhi Capitals because foreign captaincy, the backroom staff, how much ever can they ensure that they get the right team combination now? Because even your batters are not doing anything.
I think now they've actually tried everything that they could have. See, you gave sort of game time to Russo, you gave game time to Mitch Marsh, and the bowling combination also. You played Sakaria and
Khalil.
Khalil. I was about to say the other thing. So yeah. So you've tried all of that. You've pretty much used all your resources. Nothing seems.
You haven't used salt or Ngidi.
That's all that's left.
That's it. Just a bit of salt. That's
on the wounds.
To rub on your own wounds.
on your wounds. Yes. So Royal Challengers Bangalore winning and Delhi slump to their 5th consecutive loss.
I think at this point the wooden spoon is between DC and MI.
Yeah, indeed. Imagine 2 of the best teams that were in the domestic circuit in the 60s, 70s and the 80s. Now in the IPL modern era. Oh boy, fighting for the wooden spoon.
And finalists until 2 years back.
Yes.
Exactly.
3 years back.
2020.
So from the other game that we have Lucknow Super Giants versus Punjab Kings. We'll come to the RCB versus DC game a bit later.
I think that match is over now. We don't have to go back.
Yeah, exactly.
So the news is that Punjab have chosen to bowl, and the big news is that there is no Shikhar Dhawan, or as Saurav Ganguly has called him, Shekhar Dhawan.
Atharva Taide has come in.
Atharva Taide comes in. Yes.
Some with her?
Yes.
He's a friend.
Yep.
He's a friend.
Can you just tell about Atharva Taide? What does he offer to this team?
Of course, he's been playing for Vidarbha for quite some time now. Since the junior levels, I believe, and then he went on to represent India under 19. And I think he has a record of being he has a record of being the second fastest to get a century in the international under 19. So that's one that I remember, and the other is he has 2 double centuries also in under 19 level, but international of course. I think against Sri Lanka or something, not sure. Anyway, he has been amazing for Vidarbha in this season of SMAT also. He's been doing really well. So not surprised that he's coming in.
I think one of the reasons why they went for Atharva is maybe because he can also bowl left arm spin. And on this wicket in Lucknow that we've already seen, it's a slowish track. Perhaps I don't know if I can call it the worst amongst all the venues. Why? Because I think in T20s generally the public, the fans, they want to see batsmen dominate the bowlers, but here what we've seen is it favors these slow bowlers. So one of the reasons why Punjab have picked or gone for Atharv is possibly because he can also bowl left arm spinners and could be quite crucial on this track. So I think Shikhar Dhawan, he comes in as a replacement for Shikhar Dhawan. So I don't know if he's going to open or not. Is he a top order batter?
Yes, he opens.
Oh, I think he was a middle order batter.
In fact, if you look at that opening, just go switch to this thing to the teams, please.
I believe there might be a slight chance of Jitesh Sharma.
No, not this one. Next
opening
match.
because he used to open in domestic, like just right before last year's IPL, he used to open.
But what I saw, because last season Jitesh Sharma was very impressive.
But this year,
and the last game that we saw, he was struggling against the Pacers. Which match was that? That was Punjab versus
SRH, I guess. Yeah,
Hyderabad. He was struggling against the fast bowlers, especially when the ball was on and outside the off stump. He was struggling. In fact, one of those deliveries that was just on the off stump and had a bit of bounce, he just I think got a nick, which Riddhiman Saha in fact pointed out that when everybody said no, we are not sure, Riddhi said, he's got a nick.
He's got a neck. Also, by the way, talking about Punjab and their team, Harpreet Singh and Harpreet Brar are 2 different players.
That's what I was asking. This is Harpreet Singh Bhatia.
Yes. So you have Harpreet Singh Bhatia who's batting, and I think he'll come in for Prabh Simran because I see no Prabh Simran over there. So Atharva Taide and Short will open. Harpreet Singh Bhatia, not to be confused with Harpreet Brar, will come lower down the order. Number 3, Sikandar Raza at 4, Sam Curran at 5, Jitesh and Shah Rukh Khan 6, 7. Then you have Harpreet Brar, Kagiso Rabada, Rahul Chahar, and Arshdeep Singh.
Looking at this 11, I don't know if I've seen
Very inexperienced.
This looks a very weak
batting lineup.
I don't.
And by the way, this is their batting 11. No, this is their bowling 11. But even then, whoever they sub in, I'm not sure what they could do to make this batting lineup look better.
See, Punjab are bowling first.
Right? Yeah. So this will be their bowling 11.
Prabh Simran might be your impact player. He was listed as one of the subs.
Then I don't know. That's very weird. I would start with Prabh Simran and maybe bring in someone like a Harpreet or Taide. I don't know.
Maybe a Atharva Taide is used as a just as a part timer. He gets.
No, but Athar may not be replaced because
you'd replace Rahul Chahar most likely.
Punjab is going to bat second.
Exactly.
So Athar, I think
maybe he'll be one drop.
First innings, he might just open Gargi as he's saying. He does open. So for Maharashtra or Vidarbha. So with Matthew Short, he can actually open.
Yeah.
So
LSG's lineup though.
In the first innings, you can use him as a left arm spinner also. Maybe. Yeah,
because they do have spin options. I mean, Harpreet is there. Chahar will definitely bowl his quota. And then I think
Sikandar
Raza, as I call him, Sasta Sunil. He could definitely bowl. He gives you 2 good overs. Although Punjab haven't used him much with the ball for some reason, which is very weird.
They have.
No, not much. First game and
but then he was expensive on a couple of occasions, no? Which is why I think he didn't complete his.
So was Sunil Narayan. Yeah?
In the last game, Sunil Narayan. But would you expect his captain not to give Sunil Narayan a bowl in the next match?
And Raza, it's not just about the action copying. His bowling style is also similar. Isn't he can get it spinning both ways. Bit of a mystery about him. I would bowl him a lot more.
Maybe he will be used a lot more on this deck in Lucknow.
Correct.
Maybe. So you've got 3 spinners.
He comes in place of.
Who? Raza. Raza was always. Raza actually comes. Right. He comes in place of Bhanuka Rajapaksa. So they've dropped. I think they realized.
Although he did play in the previous game, but he was struggling.
Yeah. So
maybe I think he's not recovered from that elbow or forearm injury.
Yes.
Even Lucknow, by the way, have a couple change here or there because see, top order same. KL Rahul, Kyle Mayers, Deepak Hooda is still being persisted with. Marcus Stoinis, Krunal Pandya, Nicholas Puran, Ayush Badoni, Avesh Khan, Yudhvir Singh Charak.
That Jammu guy.
Mark Wood and Ravi Bishna. And this is Lucknow's batting 11. They could have packed in one more batter, surely.
I think there is a batting option in one of those. I haven't seen the subs of.
No, but Lucknow are batting first, no?
Yeah.
Or a bowling. They'll have to.
Maybe I'm just saying a guess. Maybe
a bowler, no?
Bowler.
Maybe they could sort of bring in somebody like Krishnappa Gautam, like they did the other time as well. Made him bat, and then use him as a bowler also.
Yeah. Correct. And considering again Krishnappa Gautam bowls him useful off spin on this sort of a pitch would be very, very useful.
Yep, Krishnappa and.
So he may as well. Okay, but no QDK again.
Of course.
Quinton was available, and by the way, Kyle Mayers has registered scores of 13 and 0, I think, in the last 2 matches and bowled just 2 overs.
I mean, Kyle Mayers
so you were probably talking about
I think
QDK perhaps getting a game today.
The way how he batted in the first 2 matches, that has given Lucknow the confidence to persist with him a lot more. So Quinton, it won't be easy for him to just slot back in.
But I think today happens to be like a make or break game for him. Today, if he gets a low score and doesn't bowl again as we saw in the previous 2, then if you're not anyway using him as a bowler, he didn't open the bowling, remember the last time around. Otherwise, we've seen him bowl the opening over. Then I think QDK has to be coming in.
Yeah, KL Rahul and Quinton de Kock.
I think with Kyle Mayers, that's because he can bowl also. That's a temptation to stick with Kyle Mayers, A. And I think Lucknow, maybe they don't want to panic at this point in time. Maybe they want to give Kyle Mayers enough opportunities before they finally decide that we're done with Kyle Mayers and let's get Quinton de Kock back into the 11.
Absolutely. And it doesn't make sense. I think the only real, rather than Kyle Mayers, I think if I'm a Lucknow Super Giants fan, I'm more concerned about the form of Deepak Hooda.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's had a torrid start to the season. He was one of their best batters last year.
Yeah.
So far, though, has looked bang average for them this year. Has not bowled at all.
Yep.
And that's the weird
So your options, subs, when you look at the Lucknow team, it's Amit Mishra, Krishnappa Gautam, Jaydev Unadkat, Prerak Pankaj, Daniel Sams.
So Sams is not coming in, but I think depending on how their batting goes, I think they'll probably bring in Amit Mishra because they're bowling second. No, they'll bring in Mishra for one of their batsmen, probably Badoni.
If it's a bad start, then I think Gautam comes in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it's
Otherwise, maybe not. Yeah.
Maybe,
Punjab, sorry, you say?
maybe see if Lucknow bring in a good score, supposing,
Amit Mishra.
then it will have to be
What is a
Amit.
good score? That's the tricky question on this track.
Because they are playing on a new strip this time. That is the thing. It was mentioned in the presentation that it is going to be played on a new strip. We don't know how this pitch will be.
But what did the broadcasters sort of make of it?
I mean, it is a flat deck and it is not going to be as sluggish as it was in the previous games that were held in Nekana. It's going to be good for the batters. So 170, 180, they reckon it's going to be a very good score on this deck.
Daniel Sams, huh?
Will
Daniel
KL
Sams.
Rahul be
But he
coming
won't
this
come in,
game?
no?
I think he definitely will be.
They're only playing
Four foreigners,
Oh,
no?
they can.
He'll just be a sub fielder. That's it.
No, sub also. At any given, at any point in time in a match, only 4 foreign players
Yes.
can be there on
Correct.
the ground. So if Daniel Sams has to play, I think maybe
He can't play. If they're starting with 4 foreign players, you
Yeah.
can't bring an impact player.
He can only be
He can only
As
be
a
a
sub,
fielder.
yeah.
Sorry.
fielding at
Because Mayers, Stoinis, Puran, Wood, those are your 4 foreigners.
So neither team can bring in a foreign player.
they all are
Yeah.
Yes. So the only reason is Sams.
Amit Mishra will come in, no?
Yes, exactly.
Simple.
Exactly.
Or Gautam.
Yeah.
Or
Krishnappa
Gautam if they have a
If
collapse.
they have a collapse. Yeah.
I think Amit Mishra will come in as.
Yeah, in the second innings for Badoni most likely. That's
Yeah.
only the year.
That's been the swap that we've seen.
Exactly. For Punjab, yeah, I think you're right. Prabh Simran seems the only option.
Yes.
Because they've tried with Rishi Dhawan, his bowling tends to get.
Mohit Rathi also had a very bad game against Sunrisers Hyderabad.
Yeah.
And forget Rishi Dhawan, he has come in, but he neither bowled or batted as an impact player.
He did bowl a bit in the KKR game, and
Yeah.
KKR took him for runs.
In one of the games, Rishi Dhawan came as an impact player, but he didn't bowl, he didn't bat.
Just like Shardul Thakur yesterday.
Oh, he did bat.
He dropped a catch.
He bowled 5 balls.
And he did bat, but he got out towards the end.
Yes, and dropped a catch.
No, don't remind me.
Yes, so yep, I think it's only Prabh Simran Singh, and he might slot in. Matthew Short might come one down, maybe because Prabh Simran Atharva Taide will open.
Yeah, seems likely.
Yeah.
Especially since Short has been playing one down pretty much so far. So
But again, looking at Jitesh's form, I think he's the only guy who can be a floater. Looking at it, Jitesh Sharma seems to be the guy who can. Supposing if you want to increase the scoring rate, I'm gonna bet on Harpreet Singh Bhatia.
no, but then Jitesh hasn't. If I want to do that, considering recent form, I'd promote Shah Rukh Khan up the order. Jitesh has inspired no confidence
I
in me
think
so far.
Shah Rukh Khan, we are reading too much into that one game. He had a blitz, yes, 22 of 12 balls, but I think he's still far from the.
No, I get your point, but I'm saying in recent form, who's had the better last game?
But if you promote Shah Rukh Khan, who's your finisher then?
Jitesh?
Sam Curran, but again, Jitesh is he a. I think he's a guy
Shah
who's.
Rukh Khan, they don't have a finisher.
Exactly. Yeah.
You only have Sam Curran.
Yeah.
Neither is he a finisher. He'll tonk a couple, but
Yeah. Sikandar Raza, do you count him as a finisher? He's an
Raza-
accumulator.
Raza has to be batting in the middle order, otherwise
Yes.
it's a waste of him.
Yep. So that is why I think Jitesh will be your floater. Then I think if Punjab have to sort out that middle order, it's like what's that term? Kerfuffle at this point in time. Absolutely no clarity on who's going to do what, and the constant shufflings are hurting them big time. So
You know, who's going to do what? Even anywhere in that batting lineup, I'm not too sure that.
very
What
inexperienced.
will these guys do? It's very inexperienced. In fact, you'll have to tell people which player does what.
Who's Harpreet Singh Bhatia? We were getting confused saying this Harpreet Singh Bhatia is probably or Harpreet Singh, which is what name we were getting. We were like, no, this is Harpreet Brar. But it wasn't Harpreet Brar.
Harpreet Brar, the left arm
Yes,
spinner.
yes.
Harpreet Singh Bhatia is a
Batsman.
batsman. I think he scored a 150 plus in one of the Ranji games, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was last year.
Okay.
Maybe Harpreet
His
Singh.
memory in this regard is better than mine. So
Yep. So Harpreet Singh and
Harpreet Brar.
Brar. Okay, that's very confusing.
So, That's one thing. I think Punjab, this looks a very, very dodgy batting lineup.
That's putting it politely.
And also, they will have to pray that dew does come in the second innings, because they would be chasing. And even, by the way, let's talk about KL Rahul. Even he has been carrying his form, what he did. The last time he played international cricket, he's continued with this.
This IPL is already proving to be a new experience for KL Rahul, because in the previous IPLs he would start very well. Here he hasn't done that also. And he is coming out of the knock of 18 of 19 balls. 20.
That too in Bangalore.
And in the chase
In
of
home run.
114.
Now he's going to be playing in this in Lucknow.
Yeah.
Where we've already seen that the wicket is slow. Although I'm not too sure about the credentials of the Punjab bowlers. Who all do they have?
Arshdeep.
Arshdeep.
Kagiso
Kagisner
Rabada.
Rabada. No, but Rahul Chahar and Harpreet Brar. I think there's spinners also.
And Sikandar Raza.
Yeah, but I'm not sure how much they'll bowl him. But even if they don't, I think even Rahul Chahar has been hit or miss in recent times. Brar tends to leak
Mostly
runs
miss.
sometimes. Yes.
Harpreet Brar in the previous game at least kept them in the hunt against GT.
Yeah, he got 2 wickets.
Wow, he got rid of Hardik Pandya also, if I'm not
Yes, he
mistaken.
did.
So,
He did.
20 runs and a wicket. I mean, 5 economy rate. I think I'll give Harpreet Brar his due because he was superb in that game against GT. But apart from that, Punjab don't have a backup. And remember, Rabada has come just on reputation.
Yeah,
If you
because
look-
Ellis was bowling much
No,
better.
Ellis was bowling well. He picked up 5 wickets in 2 matches, and then you brought in Rabada, who had a tough game to begin with.
But I think they are going by the reputation also. Rabada, because they are banking on Rabada, because he's such a big bowler. Perhaps at one point in time, he was the world's best fast bowler.
Purple Cap winner in 2020.
Yeah, not too long ago, yes. And not just in IPL, even in the world, I thought that he was one of the best, if not the best in the world.
The fastest to 100 wickets in IPL.
I think today's match could be like testing waters for Rabada, because it might just be that Punjab Kings management bring back Nathan Ellis.
Yeah.
Quite likely. And
Because,
also,
one game you can still say, you'll give him a benefit of doubt that, it was just his first game, one game. Give him a few more games to get back into the rhythm. But then...
How can you ignore the other person?
Exactly, who's already done well, unless he has a niggle or something. So that's one thing.
but he won't have a niggle because he's on the subs bench.
Yeah.
He's definitely not a niggle.
Punjab have done Punjab things, I'm telling you. Because see, how could you drop a guy who did well against India in the ODI series, was having form?
And he's already dismissed Kohli twice, by the way.
Yeah, that is just a footnote. Nathan Ellis.
Oh.
In the ODIs, yeah.
Yeah, he dismissed him twice. The other one was Ashton Agar. No, Ellis dismissed him only once.
Once in this series, once he's dismissed him earlier as well.
In Australia.
Yes, once.
Gotcha.
Okay, so Ellis was in good form heading into the IPL. In 2 matches, he was bowling really well. In fact, in that game against Rajasthan Royals, it was Nathan Ellis who gave Punjab the
I
impetus.
think Sikandar Raza, who's bowling the first over. Spinner, they're starting with a spinner, huh? No.
Is it?
That's
short.
That's short.
Matthew Shaw
Oh dear God.
That's interesting.
against KL Rahul. And with Mayers at the other end who can tongue.
They
But
act-
Mayers actually can, maybe, we don't know how he is against spin. Yeah?
their bowlers will have to do exceedingly well if Punjab, they have to win this game, because their
Yeah.
batting looks very, very weak. So their bowlers have to do something special today.
Absolutely.
So they may have to restrict them to say somewhere around 135-40.
So today in both the games, you have seen 3 foreign captains.
Yeah.
Only one is an Indian, KL Rahul. Sam Curran in the other game, it was Australia, South Africa. Faf du Plessis and David
David
Warner.
Warner, yeah.
But Matthew Short. Okay.
Just today I was talking about giving, what do you call, Sikandar Raza movers, and they hear me and say, no, Matthew Short instead.
Yep.
Yeah, well done.
Oh boy, that's what. So Rabada, if you look at it, 6 months heading into the IPL, he's not been in good form. in all formats.
I'll just take Abhiroop's comment. He's saying if DC make it to the playoffs, he's going to send me a good Bengali meal.
I'll read what the meal is. It's chingri machar malai curry. So that's prawns and fish malai curry.
Wow.
I'd say just send it to me anyway, yeah, because let me enjoy something during the course of the IPL. Because anyway, in Delhi matches, I'm not a lot. I'm not hopeful anyway.
Now I'm not going to change next time.
And let me have something to relish along the way.
Yep. Akash Bharat, before we sign off, Akash Bharat was saying, Sir, QDK not playing. How long will you keep him out?
But again, we were just talking about bringing in players on reputation in terms of Rabada.
Yeah, exactly.
What wrong has Kyle Mayers done?
No, you look at. I'm saying that there is actually numbers now. You'll have a sample size of 3, let's say 3 matches. Today happens to be a very key match for Kyle Mayers. His place, I would say, is definitely on the line in this particular match.
Luckily, he's not in Punjab.
QDK.
Because this argument would have happened. Mayers dropped. Oh, let's get in Quinton de Kock.
He was saying?
QDK hasn't had a very special streak either, so
Yeah, actually.
Except for that 40 ball 100 that he hit against the West Indies, it's been a very lean patch for
Yeah.
QDK also. So, yeah, it is.
But again, as Lucknow management, we saw how well it has worked for them. In last year only, we saw how well the two were performing right up top. They'll be tempted to go back to a combination that's worked for them, and at least then KL Rahul was also doing. So they're like, okay, let's bring in. Might as well just revive the opening partnership.
But honestly, I'll try to say something. Quinton's numbers of last year massively inflated by that 100 he got against KKR because he was not performing very well. Yes, quick starts, getting out. KL actually had a better year in terms of getting runs. QDK, you remember how passionately he celebrated that 100 against KKR because he'd been having terrible form prior to that.
Yeah.
Okay, there's
Why would you want to drop this man?
but a
Caribbean swag.
fair amount of green tinge on the wicket.
Yes.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a belter. I think.
yeah.
It is. And see, there's hardly any skid. There's hardly any.
No, the last ball, in fact, the second delivery. Okay, this one, though, he was
Way off.
Still to be punished.
See, what Karan would have thought, but he needs his bowlers to execute it. He would have thought that, okay, off spinner, left-hander, maybe taking the ball away, he might struggle a bit. Unknown factor, but if you bowl like this, I'm sorry.
Actually, I am okay with this start.
That's why Matthew Short might have come in.
I am okay with Matthew Short opening the bowling for Punjab Kings. Just there should be some element of surprise.
Much
This one
better.
did turn but and there was bounce also.
Yep.
Jitesh was actually.
There
Nice.
is turn. In
That
fact,
is
the
turn.
second ball that he bowled to Kyle Mayers, the second ball of the match, that one also turned. So I think there is a bit of turn, and just that Punjab will have to hope that there is enough dew on the wicket in the second half of the match, because if this wicket is going to slow down,
I think it just fell short.
Fell short.
So,
Of the bowling of Matthew Short.
Matthew Short. Yep. So the spinners, I mean, if you look at it, then Amit Mishra
Amit Mishra will come in.
will
Yeah, yeah.
definitely.
I think he will,
Yeah.
unless they lose a lot of wickets, unless there is a collapse.
Yes. So the first over is up. Matthew Short bowling.
Predictions very quickly.
Very quickly, yeah. Man, this is a tough match to call. But then I say Lucknow 165, but Lucknow is winning it.
Okay, 178. Oh, sorry, 168. My bad. And Lucknow win it.
179 and Lucknow winning.
Me moment for
I
Rahul.
am going with 141.
And
Punjab winning.
Punjab. At least somebody has to support Punjab. No?
we already do have someone very vociferously supporting Punjab in our team.
Yeah.
Not here, but in the other studio.
Oh.
Yes.
Although Shekhar is not even playing today. But anyways, I think I'll back the underdog this time.
Harshit.
I know what it is to support an underdog, and I did in the previous match. So I'm
But
gonna.
we all came with you and we suffered.
So I'm gonna go with a Lucknow win as well, and I think they're getting somewhere around 181.
But they're not underdogs, they're dead dogs.
Right.
At this point.
Who?
Delhi.
Yep. Okay. So thank you so much, guys. We'll be back for the mid innings. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.
It's terribly, right? Yeah, they gave it.
It was given.